Hi everybody, this is Scott Sharp with Fretboard Toolbox, and today we're going to look at the key of G major, and we're going to solo over a 1-4-5 progression using the major pentatonic. Then we're going to use the blues pentatonic plus a blues note, and then I'll show you how you can mix them and how you can play around with these free jam tracks and figure out lots of cool things for yourself. So let's take a look and I'll show you how it works. So today we're using a Fretboard Toolbox Complete Ukulele C-Tuning book, and we're going to go to the G major page first. And what we're going to focus on today, we're going to be playing a 1-4-5 progression and or soloing over a 1-4-5 progression, and we're going to be focusing on these major pentatonic notes, which are the underline notes. So everything in here, D, E, G, A, B, D, and E, all of those are the pentatonic notes. So that first part of the solo I was doing, everything was pentatonic notes. So if I wanted to play D, E, G, A, B, D, that would look like this. D, E, G, A, B, D. And for this A, I could also play it open here. So that would look like D, E, G, A, B. Okay, so I'm just playing around with the major pentatonic notes, and if you go to the Fretboard Toolbox website and go to Tracks and Tab and click on 200 free jam tracks, today we're using the Some G Blues jam tracks, so you just click on that. And we were looking at this 1-4-5, the simple 1-4-5 progression. And if you click on loop each track, then you can hear the same track. Here's the track we were playing. You can hear the same track at several different speeds. If you hover over them, it should show you what the speeds are. Maybe. There you go. So this is from slow all the way to fast. So let's play this slower one here, and we'll start messing around with just the pentatonic notes here and see what that major pentatonic sounds like. It should have kind of a sweet sound. So if you play major pentatonic scales over a 1-4-5 progression, it has this really sweet kind of country sound, and so you just want to spend some time playing over that track and work on getting your fingers to be able to do these major pentatonic scale notes. And anywhere there's two notes just one fret apart, sliding there or hammering on sounds really good. So I could slide here, or hammer on. That would look like this. That's D, E, G, A, and then I slide A to B, and then when I'm up here on this B, I can grab a D up here, and there's that slide down to the G. So just play around with those major pentatonic scales and you'll get all sorts of cool sounds. And then when you want to make it bluesier, if you go to the next page, that's the G blues, and this is the chord progression we're playing. And now on the blues page, all the white boxes are the pentatonic notes, and they're the minor pentatonic notes. Plus there's this blues note, it's called a flat 5. The reason it's called flat 5 is because in the key of G, your 5 note is a D, so the flat 5 is a D flat. And so now if I want to play let's say G, B flat, C, I can throw in this D flat, D, that would look like this. Here's the F, D, D flat, C, and I have a low G tuning, so I can grab that B flat. So listen already how it has this darker sound. And that was getting all the way up to this G, and that's playing only minor pentatonic notes. So now let's listen to it with the jam track and see how that totally transforms the sound of the song. Okay, so that was the minor pentatonic, and if you look at the major pentatonic notes, you can still see them on this page. They're the underlined notes. So major pentatonic is G, A, those are both underlined, B is underlined, D, and E. Okay, then you can compare those to the minor pentatonic notes, which is G, so that's both major and minor. The minor doesn't play the A or B, it plays a B flat, and that's called a flat third. In the key of G, my 3 notes of B, so the flat third is a B flat. That's super bluesy. So major and major pentatonic and blues. This one is just blues. This C is part of the major scale and the blues scale, but not the major pentatonic because it's not underlined. So the 4 notes are major and blues. The 5 note is major, major pentatonic, and blues. And the blues plays what's called a flat 7. So in the key of G, my 7's an F sharp, flatten it, and you get a bluesy note. So my 2 main bluesy notes are the B flat and F, and then I can throw in a D flat if I want. And the reason that's cool is because then if I go back to this major scale, another cool thing to do, you can play all major pentatonic, and that sounds good, bluesy, or sounds country and sweet. You can play all minor pentatonic, that sounds just super bluesy with the flat 5 note, and then you can mix them. So to mix them, what I want to do is play the major pentatonic notes, the underlined ones, and then I want to throw in the flat 3 and the flat 7. So the flat, and that's these notes here, and they're in italics because they're out of the major key, but they're the secret to the bluesy sounds. So now I'm going to play around with the major pentatonic, G, A, B, D, E, but I'm going to throw in some flat 3s and flat 7s and see if I can't make it sound okay. So let's try that same jam track again. And this time we'll play a mix of major and or major pentatonic and the bluesy notes. Let's give it a shot. And what I want you to be able to listen for is hear when those blues notes show up. So major pentatonic is just really happy sounding. D, E, G, A, B, D, E, D, B, A, G. But then when I get that flat 3 in there, and sliding from the flat 3 up to the 3 is really a cool B flat B, D. That's F, E, F, G. So you want to spend a lot of time just practicing being able to play the major pentatonic, be able to play the minor pentatonic with the flat 5 note, and then find ways you can mix them. And you can see the major pentatonic notes on here too. Remember, they're the underlined ones, so that's important. And you can spend a lot of time on those jam tracks. And the key of G major pages are all free on the toolbox if you want to experiment with those. If you're interested in picking up your own toolbox, go to the Fretboard Toolbox website. Go to pick your instrument, and I have lots of different instruments here, including piano down here that you can't see. And so today we're using the soprano or the tenor ukulele, and so we were using the Complete Edition today. And the cool thing about the Complete Edition is it lets you see all 14 major and blues and relative minor keys. And then this Essential Edition lets you see colored circles around the major scale notes or the chords that make up major keys. Just click on Look Inside if you want to download free pages for those, and then you can read more about the Essential and Completes here, or the print versus ebook formats here. But spend a ton of time on these tracks and tab here. This 200 free jam tracks. I've got major, more major, relative minor, and blues for the keys of G, A, C, and their relative minors, D, E, and F. And it tells you which Complete Edition pages or Essential Edition pages to use. But being able to mix those scales, and then when you learn something cool, you learn a cool lick, being able to see, oh, okay, that was a major pentatonic lick with a flat 3 in there. Then if I can do that, I can play that same sound in any different key where I can see those notes. So I hope you found something useful today, and I'll have lots more videos coming on lots more instruments. Thanks for taking a look.